Got a message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
So actually now we see a guard in the front of the camera. It's actually one of the first concept art we did as we were researching for the cyber renaissance.
This design goes back to a really long time, like probably something like September or October 2007, and before story, before everything. And I think that's like the only place we ended up figuring out that we could fit them in there.
Yeah, because we thought they were really cool, and then we were like, you know what, they don't fit in the story, they don't fit in the world we've created per se, but we were like, Yudaru will have some guards with him and stuff like that, and we were like, hey, we thought about those guys, and let's bring them back.
And it works really well because they also kind of help establish the presence of Darrow, which was something that we were struggling with a lot in the game. We knew that we wanted to feature him more. We do put him down, you know, you can go to one of the pillars and you can hear about Hugh Darrow, but you don't know who he is. You see newspaper articles with him. But this scene needed to communicate so much about Darrow, kind of make him this mysterious figure and make him kind of, well, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy, I don't know. And I think those bodyguards kind of help to add to that sense of, wow, this is a powerful guy. So in the end, I think it works.
And the cinematic director wanted to put him close to the fireplace so we could see the flames, and therefore we were alluding to the fact that he was bringing hell on earth eventually. So.
Dark stuff.
Going back to Hampshire Island, Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, he had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
So yeah, this cutscene has been quite a challenging one to produce. Adam Jensen goes back to Hangsha for the second time, but this time around he's ambushed by the bell tower guards, since he already did quite a lot of mess so far in the game. And at this point, like, we were trying to give a sense of
dismissal shot. Sorry.
To give a justification for the VTOL to crash, but without using an explosive. So we went with this kind of empty grenade, and getting the FX was quite challenging. And you might not notice, but the layout of the map where the plane crashes, it's reverse compared to where you start in the game, but nobody sees it.
Malik, we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative. You need to get away from here and find Dr. Sevchenko. I'll be fine.
You'll be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by them unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen. Jensen, the bird's fixed and I'm taking off. Now get on with the damned mission. And thanks, bye boy.
Anytime, fine girl.
I remember very much when Frida dies, having to do this whole thing. It was quite a process to get it. It was really, you play the whole game and Frida is with you and she's your companion. And Jensen and Malik have this relationship. They only call each other by their last names throughout, very professional. And this was a scene that would really strike, and it's the one time he actually uses her name. If and you only get this scene if you haven't managed to save her, if you actually flee. And the other thing that I remember about it was that the person who kills her, who shoots her, it depends on some of your earlier choices. There is the TYM head of security, Nahari Khan, who you could have seen in the eavesdropping scene in Tong's office if he had done that.
In the hive.
In the hive. And then if you didn't do it there, then it would be potentially he was leading the charge of bell tower soldiers, and you could have killed him at that point in the capsule hotel. And if you didn't kill him then, he might end up inside Tai Young medical offices and patrolling. And if you didn't kill him then, he was the one who actually comes out and kills her. But if you didn't, if you managed to kill him, it was a different guard. And I remember most players probably don't even know who Nahari Khan is. But for many of the members on the team, he was such an important person.
Character.
We created this whole thing for ourselves,
Yes.
Yeah. In that event, one of my friends called me the moment Malik died, pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Like, why did you kill her? Like,
this became a huge
thing.
And the all the fan art of Adam and Farida
the whole relationship,
together,
everything.
People like it became stronger than Adam and Megan. Like
Absolutely.
People think that the ones who should have been in love are these two, and when she dies, and I remember like the countless meetings we had for how are we going to see her being killed?
Yes.
How far do we want to bring the camera? Is it going to be a cutscene? Is it going to be in game?
Yeah.
Far, close? It just
that was hard, tough decisions.
Yeah.
Jensen, I've been monitoring comm activity around Hengsha. Bell Tower's looking for you. Hard.
I know. They ambushed us, Pritchard. Forced us to make an emergency landing. Malik barely got away in time.
But they're supposed to be...
The good guys?
Just give them a wide berth, Jensen. If they recognize you, they'll shoot.
Well, after getting out of the construction site, whether you save or not Farida Malik, at this point, Adam Jensen experiences another glitch of his augmentations.
Again, such an important story point.
Yeah,
and we couldn't handle it very well.
Yeah, and you see, like, as you get out of the construction site, you see the NPC falling over the ledge of the balcony and the other ones around, but it never felt right. It feels more like it was a bug.
It's
It's even worse than that because when
he
he
falls
falls in the kind of scripted event thing.
Yes,
Yes.
And then when the scripted event ends, because he's not dead, the AI takes over, and he gets up and he chooses
And
one of
they all
the
go back.
idols, and he just starts lighting himself a cigarette. He's
Exactly.
and no one in the
Exactly.
environment comments on it, and we didn't write anything.
Yeah, nobody
to handle
reacts
that.
afterwards,
We
and you didn't
totally
react. Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
handle any of that realm.
So yeah,
So
it's
it
there,
would have
but
been
it's
better.
poorly implemented.
Yeah, I would have liked to have better handled it in dialogues and things like that. But by this point, we were so over our heads with how much writing had to be done that
we had
it
to
was
finish the
really
game,
hard.
yeah.
And we had to finish the game, and it was hard to stay on top of all of that stuff. So.
And not only that, but the positioning was a big problem because in Hengsha, you've got so many different routes you can take, and it was the first bottleneck that we had for the player.
We had a choke point there.
Exactly. Otherwise, you could either go right or left or up or down, and we had to choose there, and it wasn't really the best location for something like that. So,
So a big whoops.
Again, maybe they'll get it right in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jensen, it's Pritchard. Have you been watching the news?
Been a bit busy, Francis.
Jensen, the World Health Organization is advising all augmented patients to check in with Lim. There's a problem with biochip technology.
The glitches I've been experiencing.
We've all had them. So far, I can't determine why.
You heading to a clinic?
I'm running a few more tests. But since I can't exactly run them on you, and we don't know when you'll be back, you might not want to wait. Up to you.
Get out here!
Returning to tonight's biggest story, the World Health Organization.
Mr. Jensen, Hugh Darrow here. Please forgive this intrusion, but David assured me of your cooperation and discretion. I find myself in need of some assistance.
I'm listening.
A contact of mine, Meng Yao, is in Hengsha, waiting to fill you in. I'll upload her coordinates now.
Let's hope he's as good as they say. Mr. Jensen, right? Thank you for your time. I am Meng Yao, an associate of Mr. Darrow's. I'm in charge of one of his divisions here in Hengsha. You come highly recommended.
Really?
Your boss described you as a most precious asset. Apparently, you are very efficient and always get the job done. We could definitely use a man like you for this operation.
Let's hope his confidence is well placed then.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Mr. Darrow doesn't trust just anyone. We need you to help us stop a group of terrorists who are threatening the Panchaea project. It is not an easy task. Are you sure you are up to it?
Okay, I'll help out.
Excellent. Here's the situation. It has come to our attention that these terrorists possess highly classified proprietary information about Panchaea. We've been able to convince them to sell it to one of our agents, a man named Lo Fei. The meeting is supposed to take place near the Alice Garden pods in the Daigong district.
And you want me to crash this meeting?
Actually, there will not be a meeting. We are sending you alone to ensure Mr. Fei's safety. The terrorists will not be expecting that and will have the information with them on a data chip. You have to neutralize all of the sellers and retrieve the chip so you can bring it to me.
I don't get it. If Fei set up the meeting, why risk sending me in his stead? Why doesn't he or even some of your other agents drop in on the sellers and take the chip?
Because Mr. Darrow wants an absolute guarantee that there will be no casualties. We will not play by their rules. We want them arrested and questioned, then properly prosecuted and sentenced. This will require stealth and efficiency. That's why a man with your particular skills will be indispensable.
Let's do this. got the chip. The cellars are out cold.
Excellent work. Seems Mr. Darrow was right to trust you. We will send people to take care of the terrorists. Could I see the chip?
How about you tell me what's on it first?
Blackmail, Mr. Jensen? Don't waste your time. I won't tell you anything. Besides, there are stones better left unturned. Might as well just give me the chip and leave it at that.
Look, you're a powerful young woman. You're in a position that warrants your access to classified information. I understand that not everybody should get their hands on this, but I'm like you. I work for a powerful man, and I get entrusted with secret information on a daily basis. Plus, I'm the one who busted his ass getting this chip for you.
I guess your point is not entirely without merit. But understand, this information is extremely confidential. It concerns Panchaea, and more specifically, the Hiram Project.
Hiram Project? Never heard of it.
I'm not surprised. It is a well-guarded secret. But without it, Panchaea could not exist. Such an ambitious project. An installation extending all the way to the ocean floor. The pressure exerted against it is constantly shifting. Yet the slightest defect in structural integrity could bring it all down. That's why we needed something powerful and extremely efficient to monitor it, day and night.
You're saying the Hiram Project is some kind of advanced computer?
Yes, I suppose you could say that.
Thank you for your honesty. The information is safe with me, don't worry. Here's your data chip.
Ah, perfect. You don't know what this means, Mr. Jensen. Your help has been invaluable. Thank you. Even though this was a favor for Mr. Darrow, he believes you should be duly rewarded. Here is a payment in credits. I'm sure Mr. Darrow will wish to congratulate you himself. Expect to hear from him soon.